Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Yahaba Shemel Shai, Barakatham, Waha Rakakadash, all praises unto Yahaba Shemel Shai, double honor to the apostles, a great millstone. On ship brothers to be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. So this is going to be a quick video about same-sex couples to be included in UK literature. So in the books that kids read in school, not adults, but kids, your children, read in school, they want to include same-sex couples to within that literature. Okay, so I just wanted to speak on this and maybe read a few bits out of this video. So it says same-sex couples will be now included in school textbooks, according to one of UK's largest education companies. Now, what's interesting is there's been a great move to include same-sex relations or couples or whatever you want to call it, although it's abominable in accordance to the scriptures, but there's been a mass push towards including them within the society. Now, what I always find interesting is that when you had it to where Negroes, for the most part, Hispanics and Native Americans too, were getting lynched, their babies were being slaughtered and fed to alligators. You didn't have a situation where people were rushing to include them within society. As a matter of fact, when you check out the film industry, and unfortunately I haven't been able to find some articles to go with this statement, but really when you look at the film industry and you look at how fast same-sex couples were included into the social stream, and you compare that to Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans within those movie roles, okay, you'll find a correlation that is, will break your heart. Okay, either it's that you don't have it to where you have strong role models out there of Negro, Hispanic, or Native American descent. But when you do have an individual like that, most of the time they cast the individual off as having being a homosexual or being a lesbian, okay, or having a family member within his immediate circle that is a homosexual or a lesbian. This is because there is an agenda, okay. There is a target that has to be hit with these the people that pull the strings, and the people that pull the strings are the elite banking families. Okay, it is not natural for a man to be with a man, and what proves that is your biological sensory towards a woman. Okay, when you see her hips, her breasts, the way she smells, okay, the way she walks around you, and you get aroused, that is nature. Okay, you don't if that doesn't work for you, that means there's something wrong with you. For instance, if you go to sleep, okay, during the day, and you don't and you're awake during the night, okay, there is something wrong with you. Okay, if you eat food and you don't get full, well, there's either two things that are problematic. Either the food is not food, or you are not working. Okay, when you breathe in and your blood does not absorb the oxygen, okay, then there is something wrong with you. And as a man, when you see a woman that is attractive, and you're not attracted to her, but rather you are attracted to another man, there is something wrong with you. Okay, so we can see that it's medically accepted that if somebody goes out there killing people, okay, and gets off on that, we can safely say that there is something wrong with them. Because why? Because killing someone is a social norm, okay? As in, it is unacceptable, okay, for you to go around being a serial killer, okay? But because it is socially acceptable, okay, for you to be a homosexual within this wicked society, and hence the reason why the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, is going to destroy it when it returns. Okay, because it is deemed as lawful, and not even just deemed as lawful, but it is condoned, and it is even to the point of liberated. Okay, because it is liberated. Okay, it's not seen as not a medical issue, because that's not really what it is. It's not seen as a demon. Okay, of which that's what it is. It's a demon, it's a cancer, and the minute that cancer was supposed to be seen the first time, it was supposed to be rooted out immediately so that it doesn't spread. Okay, the same thing when you had situations where a person will contract a particular virus, okay, which a virus or a pathogen, okay, when you get sick, okay, those things are demons. So what happens when a person gets sick? You stay away from him, okay? Now, when you when you decide to go up another man's rectum, according to the Bible, not according to my opinion, okay, not according to my father's opinion, okay, not according to his father's opinion, but all the way back onto the Lord giving the laws unto Moses, it is known within the scriptures that the act of homosexuality is punishable by death. Because what does that lead to? It leads to death. So in the Most High removing that one particular individual that has homosexual tendencies, he saves a hell of a lot more. Why? Because if you got it to where half the population is homosexuals, then God's purpose is not fulfilled in that he said what? Be fruitful and multiply. Not only just that, remember, it's an abomination, it's disgusting. But also too that in addition to the fact that it's an abomination and is disgusting, okay, is the pure and simple fact that the Lord said, be fruitful and multiply. Okay, so why has everybody got a problem with this? It's because the man of death is in the ruling seat, and he is going to push forth death. And really what's happening here is that there is an agenda to depopulate the earth, so they're pushing it to where you depopulate yourselves. They're not pushing you to have families, okay? Like I've said in a previous video, there is no funds and money that you can get from the government for staying with your family. Okay, if you're a woman, financially it's better for you to leave your husband within this society, because the government is going to give you a house and money. Okay, there's no benefits of being in a family within this society. So what do people do? They break apart. Okay, there's no benefits of you. There's more benefits within this society, and you're more liberated within this society, and you're more free within this society if you're a homosexual. How do I know this? Because I've seen these individuals within the workplace. They walk around like they run the whole workplace. Matter of fact, when you go into certain industries like the finance industry, marketing, you find out the most liberated people out there are these same-sex couple type individuals, because this society pushes that. Okay, that's why they have a big agenda now to put it within the school curriculum, because your kids are going to see this and they're going to aspire to that. And in so doing, they're going to self-destroy. Okay? So it says same-sex couples will now be included in school textbooks, according to the UK's largest education company. Pearson will update their products to ensure that their resources are LGBT inclusive. This is kids we're talking about here. This should bring tears to your eyes, man. Okay, we ain't talking about grown men making grown men decisions. Okay, we're talking about kids. Okay, barely able. Here it is. Here it is. You can't drive a car until you're 21. Okay, you can't drive a car and drink until you get to a certain age. But you could choose to chop your rod off, man. Okay, that's why you got it to where a lot of there's a high suicide rate amidst this LGBT community, because a lot of these decisions, okay, are made by people that are mentally unstable. Okay, that's why they go down that path in the first place, because they're mentally unstable. Okay, this is the new secondary school handbook advising teachers how they can make the curriculum more inclusive for LGBT students has been distributed by the charity. And I remember when we was growing up, and I'm a young man. I'm in my mid-20s. Okay, we're talking a decade ago. You know, the time it takes for a Nelly song to get old. Okay, is the time we're talking about. And this, when we was growing up 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, this thing would have never, ever, ever happened. Okay, it would have been shut down right, at its beginning. But now it's become a social norm. When it comes to your so-called civil rights for you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, you still a nigga, man. Okay? They ain't including you within this literature. They'll include a homosexual way before they include a Negro, Hispanic, or Native American. Okay, so you should be the ones that are most, hurt about this. But then, the flip side to it is that most you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans are flaming faggots too, man. Okay? So it says that it is sponsored by the education giant Pearson, okay, which owns the exam board Edexcel and publishes thousands of textbooks. So when you go into the English school system, Edexcel basically writes all the papers, and they're the examining body. Okay, they're the ones that sets the papers, okay, and hence the curriculum. So you might go out there and you're studying, I don't know, history or some shit, and everything is within the context of LGBT. Or you're doing a math paper as a young kid, okay, and everything is, they'll say, Mandeep, okay, went to his boyfriend with $50, okay, and his boyfriend took half of that shit. How much money has he got left? Okay, that's what they want to push forth out there. Okay, because there is an agenda to remove you, and you got people that are gonna get offended to this video, but you should be offended that you're not offended to the point I'm making against these elites. They want to remove you from the earth, man. Okay, they want to kill you. I'm making this video because they want, well, first and foremost because it is wrong. Okay, they're pushing abomination. Okay, and secondary because they're pushing forth death and your death. Okay. And in being involved within this society, you're gonna be put to death by the Most High. That's one. Two, you're not fulfilling what the Lord said to do, which was to have children. Okay, so you're killing your seed before your seed is even within the earth, and you're killing yourself. Okay, so here at Great Millstone, we're about life, man. Okay, and this is the ways of death. Okay, so and they got pictures of 2 kids there with a flag in that. What a bunch of BS. Okay, so with that, I'm going to say, all praises unto Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Honestly, brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Okay, shalom.